With the Superman movie vastly approaching, I thought now would be the perfect time to rank all of the live action Superman suits. Now it says all the live action suits from 1948 to 2024, but we're also including 2025 considering David Corenswet's suit is here at the very end of the list. Some of these suits are far more prominent than others. Some of them have even been used much more heavily, and some we might sit on and talk about a little bit more than the other ones. There have been some great Superman suits in live action, and there have been some not so great ones, or ones that were developed for live action and never ended up actually making it to the big screen. So with that being said, let's get right into it. The first suit we're starting with here is Tom Welling's black trench coat suit. During that time, if I remember correctly, he temporarily briefly killed off the persona of Clark Kent. Regardless of what the story entailed, the suit itself is definitely interesting. It's not something you would ever have thought of Superman wearing before. It's got a certain vibe to it that I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. It's not something that he would wear on a consistent basis, but because I do rather enjoy it, I'm going to put it in B. Then we have Tyler Hoechlin's black suit. Pretty much got nothing bad to say about it. All around a really great suit. I'm going to put it in A. For Henry Cavill's resurrection suit, just in general, I think any Superman suit regarding Henry Cavill is just one of the greatest suits in comic book live action history. I think it is so beautiful. The intricate details, the fact that it is straight up a Kryptonian design. I think everything about it is awesome. The S is beautiful on every level. That has to go in S. For Hoechlin's starting suit, the suit that his mom crafted for him, I think this is a really cool suit, and also it does give a little bit of a homage to the original days of Superman. I am going to put it in A, and I am going to put it ahead of his own black suit as well. These next four are all Hoechlin. However, I gotta be honest, I never finished the show. It is something I do want to do. But some of these suits look a little similar in a way. They just look like a little bit of a different shade. So for this one particularly, I'm going to put it in A, right in front of the black suit. Moving on to this kind of dusty one, which if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was fighting Doomsday here. I am almost sure this is the same suit. Someone correct me in the comments. I'm just gonna go put it in A as well because it kind of looks similar, just a little more worn out. Then there's this one of him in Kryptonian attire. Now, I don't exactly know what's going on here. Once again, didn't finish the show. It looks cool. I like it on him, but it's not your ordinary Superman suit. So just to keep it fair, I'm going to throw it in B. Now for this one, people want to complain about how Henry Cavill's blue is too dark sometimes. I mean, look at this one. This doesn't even look like a blue. It just looks like a straight up black, which if that was what they're going for, a black and red Superman suit, I'm not going to shy away from it, but that is definitely supposed to be a blue. Not too much of a fan of it in my opinion. I'm going to put it in C. Now for these next two black and white ones, the first one I don't believe is George Reeve. The second one definitely is. I'm going to keep this fair, and I think that is literally the rating of those two suits. Fair. They're right in the middle. They're okay, nothing too special about them. The next one I am almost certain is a colored George Reeve, so I'm going to put this one in B, and I'm going to put it right in front of Hoechlin there. For this bottom one here, once again, can't fully tell who it is. I'll even zoom in here so we can all see. Not exactly sure. It could be Christopher Reeve, could be George Reeve. Maybe it's someone I'm forgetting right now. I'm not a huge fan of the huge wide S in the top region. I am going to put this in C, and I'm going to put it right in front of the black and white. We have the next S incoming. It's Christopher Reeve's suit. You really can't go wrong with the very first rendition of Superman on the silver screen for the world to see. Especially during the time of the 80s, this suit was great. Now for Tom Welling's leather jacket suit with the Superman symbol on it. It's not your traditional Superman look, not by any means, of course, but I always thought it was a little neat to see a different look of Clark becoming Superman. I'm gonna put it in B. Now, another Henry Cavill suit, particularly from Batman Batman vs Superman, we are going to put this in the S tier. Why I love it so much is because every single time you watch him in these suits, there's subtle differences that you can pinpoint that just makes it a little different and a little fresh. Now we get Brandon Routh's Superman Returns, and I'm gonna do it. It's a D for me. I don't like this suit at all. I don't think it's an F in terms of being downright horrible, but this suit just does not do it for me. I'm not a huge fan of the burgundy red mixed with that lighter type of blue, and I also don't really like how everything on him looks so tiny. The scale of how much blue there is compared to the red never looked right for me, and I do find the S way too small. This next one is Brandon Routh doing the test screening. It's not necessarily live action, so I don't really know if you could count it, but just for the sake of it, we're going to do it. We're going to put this one in C. Believe it or not, I actually think it is better than the live action suit he actually got. The only thing I don't really like about it is when zooming in, you can see these armored shoulder pads and they've got streaks on them, but the S is really nice. The cape looks pretty good, even though you can't see much of it. It would have been an upgrade over what they actually did with him. Next up is Henry Cavill again, but I think these are just the same suits. You got the Man of Steel suit and then one of him behind the scenes. I'm gonna move that one to the very bottom here. We're not gonna put the exact same suit in the same area, but yes, the Man of Steel suit we are putting in S, and that thing is going all the way to the forefront. Absolutely love this suit on every level. Don't get me wrong, there are some times where the Batman vs Superman suit and the Man of Steel suit look different enough for me to choose which one I like a little bit more. Regardless, both of them nailed the mark. Michael Wilkinson, the costume designer, he went off when making these suits. I like the fact that it's an off-tone coloring, but you can still ever so clearly tell it's a blue, it's a red, and there's even a little bit of a mixture of the yellow in between the S. And once again, what really sells it for me is the Kryptonian language inscribed throughout the costume. Love it. Then we have another Henry Cavill where he is in the all-black suit. From the very small scene we see of it, in Man of Steel, when having that half real yet half hallucination conversation with General Zod. It's cool. It keeps the same vibe of what the suit is, just making it bleak and black. You don't see too much of it. I'm just gonna put it in B because the actual black suit with the silver lettering is far better. And it also gives you a little bit of an idea on what he would look like if he did in fact take his side alongside Zod. Now we have Henry Cavill's suit from the awful Justice League. There's nothing inherently wrong with the suit, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the glaringly obvious problem would be the glaring ab and arm whiteness that they've got going on with it. Not sure why they threw that in so prominently. I'm just gonna put it at the end of B. This next one of Headless Cavill is definitely going in F. I do not care if the suit looks decent. The fact that they had to do the headless cameo in the first place is really stupid. Don't bother me with that. And then you have a Henry Cavill again appearing at the end of Black Adam. Don't think there is anything inherently wrong with the suit. You just don't see enough of it. I am going to put it in B, just ahead of the Justice League one, because, you know, the Justice League... That's how I feel. Nicolas Cage getting dressed in the Superman suit. You can't see enough. We're putting it at the bottom. We're not counting it in this list. Then with Tyler Hoechlin again, this Superman suit has that kind of shoulder guard where the cape connects into it. That's my one thing about the suit. I'm not really a fan of that all that much. However, the suit as a whole, I do rather enjoy it. I am going to put it in B at the very front. And now I'm going to give some praise here to the CW. You have one of the most gorgeous suits I think I've ever seen in terms of recreating an actual comic book suit. I'm sure if you gave it to an actual movie production, you would hope they'd be able to refine this suit a little bit more. But considering what they gave us in Brandon Routh's Kingdom Come inspired inspired suit. Yeah, this thing is an S tier, absolutely. Kingdom Come Superman is really cool with the red, the blue, and the black detailing instead of the yellow. They really nailed it here. This is a suit that definitely fits well on Brandon Routh, especially when you compare it to what he wore in Superman Returns. Then you have George Reeves' Superman suit colored again. I'm sorry, this is going in D. There's way too much diaper going on there for me. Then you have Christopher Reeve again, except it's the drunk, miserable wife-beater version of him. That's just my disdain for Superman 3 and 4 really talking here. He straight up looks like a guy who's popping back a couple of cigarettes every couple of minutes walking Hollywood Boulevard. Hey, I'll take a picture with you, $20. Here you go, have a good day, kid. It definitely looks as if he is living in the suit and has no other spare clothes or even another spare suit to wear in the meantime. This thing has not been washed in months. We're gonna have to put this in F. I'm sorry. However, it is better than Headless Cavill. I could never really get into the show, but I can't even deny Dean Cain's Superman suit here. It works and looks really great. Have no problems with it. It's going in A, and I think I'm even going to have to put it right at the front of it as well. Then we have Brandon Routh's lighter toned Superman Kingdom Come suit. Still good, not as good as the black, red, and blue one. I will put this in A as well, however. Not exactly sure what this armored Superman belongs to, but because we can get a really good look at it, I can get a really good idea of how much I don't like it. I think there is a way to make an armored Superman suit look pretty good, not gonna lie. This is just not it. I'm gonna put it in D. Then you got a string of Nicolas Cage. Now, the one after is the black and white version here. I think it's the exact same suit. We're not going to count that. Once again, putting it at the bottom of the list, those suits won't count because they're the exact same thing. This red and blue one looks fine. There's nothing really interesting or propelling for me. It looks a little too shiny and armored as well. Not a huge fan of the belt and underwear part. It looks a little too thongy for me. It has high C potential if it was refined a little bit, but for now, I'm going to put it in D right behind Routh. And I don't know what in the world this thing is here, so I'm going to throw that in F. This one as if Nicolas Cage was in a rocker band and posing as Superman during his live shows as well. It's got an odd vibe where I don't know why I want to like it. I'm still going to put it in D, but it's just one of those really weird costumes that for some reason I want to like, even though I know it's not good. We're going to put it at the end there. I have no idea who this is and what this is even for, but it is definitely giving some sort of Kingdom Come mixed with original logo Superman. With that said, I'm not really a fan of it. I'm gonna put it in D, but I will put it just kind of ahead of maybe these two, I guess. The next two are Dean Cain again, and this one, decent suit. I think the S is a little odd looking, and also the cape starts down here at the shoulders. I don't really hate that look, but someone's got to capture it correctly, and I don't think it looks all that great here. When you zoom in here and look at it, something about it just looks a little too off-centered. I'm not vibing with this one all that much. We're going to put this in C, and I'm going to put it right in between these two here. Dean Cain again. This one is a simple blue and red suit. Not too offensive, not too much going on. I'm just going to put this in B, and I think I'm going to put it a little ahead right in here. I'm not exactly sure where this armored Superman derives from. I feel like I should know. It looks a little familiar. It's definitely done better than that armored one here. I appreciate this one a little bit more. Once again, needs some more refinement. I will put it at the bottom of C. Dean Cain's black suit. This definitely looks like a long sleeve t-shirt in which they just stitched the silver Superman symbol over it. Not really my cup of tea. I'm going to put this in D, and we will throw it right here. Now, we do have this slick looking Kryptonian suit here for Brandon Routh Superman, which I can't even lie, I rather kind of like it. It's different. I don't think it's black. It kind of looks like a cream or a white. Once again, if this is coming from the CW, I didn't watch it enough to have seen this before, but I don't know. It's kind of hitting for me. I like how different it is. I'm going to put it in B. And you know what? Maybe we'll even scale it up a little bit. We'll throw it in front of Hoechlin's Kryptonian attire. And speaking of Hoechlin, we have the suit that I most recognize him in. I appreciate this one. I think it fits the tone in which his show was derived from. I like that off-tone blue with the starker red. I'm actually going to put this at the top of A. As for this one, I'm not exactly sure who this is. Maybe it's just a simple test screening with someone. I don't know who. But it does give me the vibe that if you were to make a full-fledged film of a 1960s or 70s Superman, this could fit the bill. I actually rather like the build of this suit. I'm going to put it in B, and I'm going to put it in front of Dean Cain's right here. And now for the tumultuous ending. The potentially, unless we're missing a couple, the last live-action Superman suit we have seen in all these years. The one that is coming out next month is David Corenswet's Superman suit. I'm ready for the hate. Give it to me. Maybe this suit should even go a little bit lower, but this is me being generous, putting it at the top of C. The suit as a whole looks too big at times, then looks a little too clunky and baggy, and then the stupid lines that go through the suit. I don't think the Kingdom Come-esque goes all that well with the yellow detailing. There are times where the suit actually looks pretty decent on camera, but then times where it makes you think, did Party City make this costume? A lot of the trailers, the promotional images I've seen of the movie, whenever I see the costume, I do think to myself, a cosplayer who's got a couple $1,000s to spare, if they made this suit, 100%, it would be awesome. Like, bravo to you, you made a great suit. But for a production studio who has millions of dollars to spend, I don't know what this is and necessarily why they thought this suit was a good choice. Now, this particular picture they put for the tier maker, if this suit was the first time the suit was shown, it would have been better marketing and promotion. But the first initial look we got of the suit months ago didn't make it so. If the movie comes out and I eventually watch it and it looks good on screen, well, then we can definitely change this rating later on. But as of right now, the suit has had way too many inconsistencies and things I just really don't like about it. It's not the worst suit I've ever seen, but it is certainly not one of the best. So there it is, the tier list of all live-action Superman suits from 1948 to 2025. Now, there could very well be other Superman suits that did not appear here in live action, and if you guys have any, mention them in the comments below, and I can always comment back to you where I would place them on this tier list. But make sure to leave in the comments below what you thought of the tier list and where some of the suits would be for you in your own tier list. That is all I have for you on this video, everyone. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and until the next time, I will talk to you all very soon.